Welcome back to Pips-N-Chits. Today is episode number 2 of my solo playthrough of Tomb of Annihilation. We're playing scenario 1 today. That's a favor for Jessamine. And in case you missed the first episode, go ahead and hit that card up in the upper right-hand corner. And basically what we did was we did a setup. We chose our characters, we chose our cards, and we were able to play the first round. But unfortunately, the first round went bonkers on me, and I also had a little bit of corruption in my video file, so I had to kind of re-record a section of it and talk you through what happened. But before we move on, I do have one correction to make. I missed this in the last episode. If you recall, there was a fire newt here at this ambush point, and Dragonbait on his first hero turn, he had turned around and dispatched that fire newt, but I forgot to pick a treasure card. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is take this top treasure card off the top of the deck and see what we got. And it says play immediately, gain 100 gold pieces, discard after playing. So we'll go ahead and discard that. And I'm going to grab a 100-piece gold token and give that to Dragonbait. Now, a quick recap. If you recall, Artus started the first turn, and he was immediately stunned by a poison arrow. Well, not only was he stunned, but he received 2 points of damage here and received the stunned condition. Right after his hero phase was the exploration phase. The exploration phase saw a monster, a fire newt, come out and attack Artus. Artus received 1 point of damage on top of that, bringing him up to 3 points of damage at that point, and stunned. He couldn't do anything. Dragonbait turned around. He dispatched that fire newt, which we just discussed. He moved over to this position here. He revealed this tile, and once he revealed this tile, it was also a black triangle, so another encounter came out and was Dark Influence. So that Dark Influence caused 1 point of damage both to Artus and to Dragonbait because they were standing next to 2 ambush points, and the straw man here is covering up one of those ambush points. So Artus hasn't even been able to move. The first turn of the game, he's been stuck in place, and he's already received 4 points of damage. Now remember, he only has 8 points, hit points to begin with. We do, however, still have our 2 healing surges. So hopefully we can turn things around here, but it's not looking too great. So with that, we're going to head into round number 2. Okay, we're starting round number 2, and Artus is up first. Remember, he still has a stun condition, which basically just means he can't move. He can do other actions right now. He would normally probably help Dragonbait out and attack this Zorbo, but he does not have line of sight. There's no traps nearby that he can dismantle. He can't trade with anybody. So unfortunately, his turn is over, and because he's not close to an edge, he is going to draw another encounter card. The good news is, however, is this stunned condition is finally gone. So by next turn, he can move. However, we got to go ahead and pull an encounter card now. And our encounter is each hero on your hero's tile gains disadvantage. Discard after playing. Well, that's not too bad. We just got to give Artus a disadvantage token that will disappear at the end of the following turn. However, he can now go ahead and move. So let me grab that token. Okay, so we'll go ahead and place this disadvantage token around the base there of Artus, and just as a reminder, I'm going to go ahead and put this disadvantage up here on his card. And I was a little incorrect there. It doesn't disappear next turn. The next time he attacks, he'll have to roll 2 dice and take the lesser of the 2. So thank God he didn't lose any health points at this point. He does not control any monsters, so we're beyond the exploration phase. We moved into the villain phase, and nothing has really happened to him. However, now we have we're going to move into the turn for Dragonbait. So I think the very first thing we're going to do is Dragonbait is going to go ahead and attack the Zorbo. He has an armor class of 14. So let me just look at the cards we want here. And I think I think we'll just go ahead and do his at will of power again, attack one adjacent monster, then attack one adjacent monster again. So he basically gets 2 attacks with a +4 modifier. So our first roll is 1. That's an automatic loss there. He does not get that, so we'll go ahead and try again. Okay, Dragonbait will go ahead and make his second attack. And that's 15 plus 4. That would be a total of 19, and he defeats the Zorbo. So once again, we gain 1 experience point for the party. And this time I'm going to remember to draw a treasure card. And the treasure is, this item remains in play. It's Boots of Elven Kind. When your hero places a dungeon tile with a black triangle, roll a dice. On a roll of 11 or higher, you do not draw and play an encounter card. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to have that one right there. So this remains in play. That's a great treasure. So that might kind of swing us back in favor now. But this Zorbo has been defeated. And now Dragonbait is going to go ahead and move. I don't know if he wants to get too far away from Artus. So maybe we swing over here just to open up this space here. So why don't we do that? So he will go ahead and move 1, 2, and he'll forfeit the rest of his movement here. He can't, so I'm just going to move this over a little bit. And that would be the end of his hero phase at this point. And we'll go ahead and reveal a new dungeon tile. And we have a white triangle, looks like a dead end. We have 2 traps, an ambush site, and a treasure. So let me go ahead and get the appropriate icons, or let's see, we got 1 trap here and another trap there, and we are going to get a treasure. So that will be the end of Dragonbait's turn. He can't move anymore, but he did reveal stuff, and because this is a white piece, or a white triangle, he is not going to cause an encounter. So we'll go ahead and move now into round number 3. Okay, beginning round number 3, Artus has a movement of 6, so he can finally move now. So we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He does not get to an edge of a tile. He will take this disadvantage token with him, however. And we don't explore a new tile right now. However, we will go ahead and pull an encounter. He does not have the Boots of Elven Kind, so he's going to go ahead and do that. So, event, Death Curse. Roll a dice. On 18 or higher, discard a healing surge. If the heroes have no healing surges left, this has no effect. So, hopefully this is the one time I want to roll low. Oh my god. A natural 20. Oh, goodness gracious. So, boy, Artus is just not feeling it. He's having a really bad day. So, out of our 2 healing surges, one of them, what are the chances? Oh, God. Okay, so this healing surge gets discarded, unfortunately, and so does this event. He's just not having a day. So now I have to decide whether or not Dragonbait wants to go try for the treasure. I don't think we want to. I'm still a little leery on the traps right now, and he's already got 2 points of damage, so I think we will just go ahead and move Dragonbait on to moving up towards Artus. So he has a roll, or he's got a speed of 5, so we were just going to go ahead and boogie on up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put a little distance between them. However, he did not meet the edge of a tile, so he will also draw an encounter card. However, because he has those boots that we just got, if he draws a black triangle, then we can just go ahead and ignore it. So we're going to we're going to pull an encounter. Your hero gains advantage. Well, I kind of like that. So he's this one of the very few cards that's actually favorable to him. So we'll go ahead and get the appropriate tokens and put that out too. And I think I'm incorrect here. After rereading this here, it says when your hero places a dungeon tile. Well, we didn't place a dungeon tile. So whether this is good or bad, and in this case it was good, we're not going to ignore it. It's only ignored if we were to reveal a new tile, which we did not. So the good news is he's going to get advantage. So let me go ahead and grab the appropriate tokens. Okay, so Dragonbait now has advantage, and just as a reminder, I'm going to put this advantage on his card, so we know that. So that's pretty much going to be, there's no monsters came out, so this more or less going to be the end of round number 3. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and start round number 4. So Artus will go ahead and just move, unfortunately, just one space, and I'm going to back this up a little bit, move our tiles over, and he is going to draw a new tile. And it is a black triangle. So we're going to pull an encounter. We're also going to pull a monster. Good news is we've got 2 guys right here at this point. So let's go ahead and grab a new monster card and see what we have. Okay, we grabbed another Zorbo, so we'll just grab that Zorbo that we had just defeated previously and put him back out on the board, and he is controlled by Artus at this time. Artus can't attack. Remember, he can only really attack during his hero phase. We've already moved beyond that. That was the exploration phase. We've already did our encounter. And did I do the encounter? No, I did not do the encounter. I take that back. We have to draw an encounter. And hidden tripwire. Choose a trap within 2 tiles of your hero and trigger it as if your hero was on it. Okay, so do we have 2 tiles? Well, within 2 tiles. So this is within tile number 1 and within tile number 2. Let me double check. I don't know. It says within 2 tiles. This would be, I would think, tile 1 and tile 2. So hopefully nothing happens, but let me just reread the rules for a second. So I will put this on pause. Well, I went ahead and rechecked the rules, and basically on the back of the rule book here, it says, what does it mean to be within 1 tile? And within 1 tile is either your current tile or the adjacent tile. Kind of we could go either way. I'm open for interpretation if someone wants to correct me, but I still look at it as this is within 1 tile. Either way, within 2 tiles, that would be this tile and these ones here. I don't know. I'm looking at this as this is 3 tiles. Well, I don't know how that trap would defeat him. So I already need the help as it is. So I am not going to go ahead and trigger that trap. I'm just going to go ahead and discard that, and nothing. I'll say nothing happens. But again, if you guys out there want to overrule me, go ahead and let me know what the correct interpretation is of that. But anyway, that would be the end of my exploration phase, and that would be the villain phase. And at this point, Zorbo is going to move up. So Zorbo will come up to the closest position here, and he will attack Artus. He's going to go ahead and roll a dice. And that is 9 plus his 6, so that is right at 15. We have an armor class of 15, so I'm going to assume that that is a miss. He would have to beat that armor class, and he did not. That is a 15 to his 15, so that's a wash. That's good news for us. So that is the end of our turn there. So now it would be Dragonbait's turn, and remember, he has advantage. And I think this is a good time to move over to here. He can move within 5 and attack the Zorbo. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll just move right there. So we're at the edge of the tile, and he will go ahead and try to take out that Zorbo. Now remember, he's got advantage, and he's got twin twin strike again. So we have to beat 14. So his first roll is 18. He automatically does it. We don't even have to really continue with the advantage, I guess, because one way or the other, he's going to beat him. So we'll go ahead and take away this advantage right here. And we'll assume that he went ahead and defeated that Zorbo right off the bat. So we'll move that. We will grab another treasure card, and this Zorbo gets discarded. That's 2 experience points into our experience pool. So we now have a total of 5 experience points. Dragonbait is doing all the damage right now. So let's draw a treasure. And we have a Wand of Fireballs. Use instead of an attack action. Choose a tile 1 tile away from your hero. Attack each monster on that tile. Flip this card over after use. So that's a great one for Dragonbait, since he's melee anyway, or melee. This does give him a somewhat of a ranged attack. So he'll go ahead and keep that. And then now we are at the edge of a tile, so we're moving out of the hero phase, and we're moving into the exploration phase. So Dragonbait is going to draw a tile, and look at this. It is a black triangle, and because it's a black triangle, remember his Boots of Elven Kind here remains in play. We are going to roll a dice. If it's 11 or higher, we are not going to roll for an encounter. And unfortunately, that's too bad. It's an 8. So he is going to get an encounter. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pull a monster. And the monster, well, okay, we got another straw man. So it's basically nothing other than another straw man token is going to go there. So let me get that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and place that straw man token right there, and we have to place 2 more traps. So we're coming to a point now we have to decide, maybe we start moving in another direction, maybe northbound here. I think we're going to be kind of limited. I mean, technically, I guess it could wind around this way. We would move the map over a little bit, but I don't want to backtrack too much. I want to move forward. So I think we will not go into those traps right there. So we went ahead and pulled the encounter. We pulled a monster. And, oh no, I didn't pull the encounter, did I? I just did. No, I did. I'm sorry. The monster, sometimes I get confused, so I apologize for that. So the monster was the straw man. We put out 2 traps. I still have to do an encounter. I did not do an encounter. And it is Deadfall. Attack your hero. So this is an attack, and we discard it after playing. It's got a modifier of +7 and does a possible damage of 2. So it has to beat an armor class of 17. So let's go ahead and roll. And, oh, good. So that's 3. So 3 and 7 is 10. He's got 17. It doesn't do anything to him. So we lucked out from that deadfall. And I think with that right now, we'll go ahead and call this a short episode here. And just to recap, we killed 2 monsters, and we gained 4 experience here. We killed 2 Zorbos, so we have a total of 5 in our experience pool right now. We have disadvantage on Artus, but he can finally move. Dragonbait did have advantage, but he already used it when he attacked that Zorbo. And for our treasure, he was able to get a 100 gold. That was from the previous episode that we drew up today. And then he was able to get Boots of Elven Kind and this also Wand of Fireballs. So hopefully you're enjoying this playthrough, and hopefully we can turn this around for Artus. Join us next time in episode number 3, where we start off on round, I think it should be round number 6. So we played starting in round number 5. That was round number 4 that we just played. So we got in 3 rounds today. So that's pretty good. Okay, until next time, this is Jason for Pips-N-Chits, and I'll talk to you later.